Welcome to this week's edition of ICN News, and I've got a special guest with me this morning.
Thank you, Kim.
Janelle McLean.
Yeah.
How are you, Janelle?
I'm very well.
Janelle was here at the gym the other day, and we were talking about stuff for the comp, and I thought, well, what do I know? We just film a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So Janelle has been around the scene for a long time, but we've mostly been around for the same time. Like, when was your first competition?
I first competed in 1989, but I've been attending shows since September 1984.
Yeah, so about the same as me. So my first comp was in 87.
Yeah.
So, and you've won multiple titles across multiple federations, and now Janelle is a judge, also in multiple federations, but she's one of our ICN judges, and she's one of our posing coaches.
Yes, posing. I love posing. It's the best part of everything.
Yes. So, well, let's go into that straight away. Why don't we go into that? So we run posing classes every weekend, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But Janelle, what sort of tips can you give competitors on the day of the competition?
Firstly, try to relax and enjoy it. When you're tense, your posing becomes all tight and constricted, and you tend to pull your shoulders back instead of getting that nice shoulder width. Remember to smile.
Yep.
You don't have to squeeze as hard as you thought you did.
No, that's always been one of my bugbears. And it's usually, unfortunately, it's usually the people who are a little bit off condition that tend to squeeze harder because they think that they're going to sort of get those cuts out a little bit.
No, if you're in condition, just that slight contraction will be enough to make it all pop.
Exactly right.
So just try to relax, and above all, enjoy your moment on stage, because it's gone in a moment.
Exactly right. The judging itself can be pretty brutal at times.
Oh, absolutely.
So what sort of tips can you give on competitors during the comparisons and things like that?
When you're in your comparisons, try not to fluff around. Try to get into your pose as quick as possible. Yes, you can do your nice flourish moves so that you don't look like you're just a robot, but mainly get into the pose as quick as you can, because judges, especially in a big lineup, like some of these bikini and fitness lineups are these days, you know, there might be 10 or 12 girls on stage. And as a judge, we only have a certain amount of time to look at each person. And so if I'm looking at you and you are transitioning, I've got to look at the next person. So I've never actually got to see you in your pose.
Yeah, that's always been a big bugbear of mine. You know, fluffing around, waving your arms around and clapping, doing all sorts of little things before you even hit the pose.
Yes.
And generally you'll get into that pose and then the head judge is calling the next pose.
Correct, yes.
And you've actually missed being judged in that pose then, which can, can dramatically
and it's very hard to get back to what you've missed out on, you know, because, you know, you think, oh, well, maybe in the next round of comparisons, but you might not be called out in that next round of comparisons.
That's right. So with fitness and bikini, even men's fitness, they do the V walk. So that's the time to do your little transitions and movements and
make it your own. That's where you embrace all of your transitions. You want to show your personality. You want to show how comfortable you are. Present your best side. You know, how you interpret your poses so that they complement you the best way. And that way then it becomes an individual routine, whereas in a comparison it is that. You are being compared to everyone else, and if you are not in the pose, how can we compare you?
Exactly right. That's great advice, Janelle, thanks for that. And it's always been a big bugbear of mine when I've been judging. You know, there've been so many times I've been judging and I've wanted to scream out, say, get into your pose, hit the pose.
I know,
stop it.
I know,
So if you're doing the bodybuilding show in figure or fitness and you want to really emphasize and show off your posing, why not do the posing round?
Exactly. The posing round is the best part of it all. That is the only chance you get to have the stage completely to yourself, unless of course you win the overall title.
Exactly right.
But this is what your family and friends come to see. They come to see you and you alone. They don't want to see the person standing next to you. So give them that opportunity to see them, to clap you, and there you can do all of those poses that complement your physique. They're not necessarily compulsory poses.
That's right. So the posing round is a 60-second routine that you do to your own choice of music that you give to me, and you do a choreographed routine
Yeah.
as such.
And
you know?
it doesn't have, you don't have to be the best dancer or the best, do all the latest pop moves and things. It's just posing from transition pose.
Yeah.
It's not, rather than in a comparison you're posing and then you go back to your default setting, here you're going from that pose maybe to that pose. And it's just nice and flowing. So, and you work out those poses that really complement your physique. You might have that great big full chest, so you would actually do lots of poses where you would be showing that off, you know.
Exactly right.
And then sort of hiding your flaws, of course, because everyone has flaws. As hard as we work, we generally do have some, so you don't want to point them out. We want to create something that people are looking at and going, wow, look at that.
Exactly right. So the posing round is a free division that ICN South Australia offers. We're the only federation, only ones that do it now in Australia, but I still like the free posing round.
I love it.
So it's open to the first 10 men and 10 women who want to do it. It's a free division. It's not in I Compete, so to get in touch and to register for the posing round, just get in touch with me via this the ICN South Australia Facebook page, and I'll give you the details on how you can enter that round. So it's totally free, doesn't cost anything, and we will judge the best male and the best female poser of the night.
And
So,
we have had some really sensational
and it's a
winners of
really
that.
great part of the show. It sort of breaks the show up. I put it in the middle of the show, so there's a little bit of a change, and the audience really love it. A lot of people don't even realise that used to be part of the when we were competing. The posing round was a compulsory part of competing, but the way bodybuilding shows have ever grown to be so big, there's just no time to run the posing rounds anymore, unfortunately.
Which is a shame, because it is the best part.
Yeah, and that's pretty well happening across all federations. They're starting to now,
sadly
and that's
it
only
is.
because of the big numbers of competitors, unfortunately. But we still keep it in as a standalone division, and it's free for you to enter. So really, if you want that little bit of extra stage time, it's just a 60-second routine.
I know, it's nothing.
No.
It's nothing.
No,
It's
and people think
nothing
it's really
to-
complicated, but it's not. You can do a very simple routine, and we're judged on how you move, your transitions, how your poses complement your overall physique, everything like that.
And are you enjoying it?
Yeah, exactly right.
The more you smile, the more the judges will smile right back at you.
That's right, exactly right. So give it a go.
For sure.
So quickly, just before we'll wrap it up, so the entry is obviously live now, and I urge all the competitors with 5 weeks to go, just over 5 weeks to go, get your entries in now, please.
Yes.
The most frustrating thing about being a promoter is that you really run and prepare a show blind, having no idea how many competitors you're going to get, generally until 1 week out. Yeah, because competitors leave it until 1 week out. I know when I used to compete, I used to put my entry in straight away when I started my prep pretty well.
Absolutely.
Because that to me was then, all right, I'm committed to this show.
That's it. It was happening.
Exactly right.
It was
So
happening.
get your entries in, and the first pinned post on the ICN South Australia page has got real step-by-step details on how to enter. It takes 5 minutes. Please get your entries in.
Pretty easy.
That's right. And just to finish it off, we'll just tell you our posing classes are back to our normal times.
Yes.
So all those times are on the ICN South Australia Facebook page and on our Instagram page. I keep posting them up every couple of days. So if you don't see them near the top, just scroll down, you'll find them there. So as a quick rundown, we got 11 a.m. with Sam at the base on Saturdays. On Sunday at 1 o'clock here at the gym with Janelle.
Yes.
For all divisions. So with Sam, it's guys. With Janelle, all divisions at 1 o'clock. And from 12 o'clock with Esther at Limbic Muscle and Fitness at Rinella. She runs her classes split into 2 different classes starting at 12 o'clock. Go onto the Facebook page and see all the times and the details on when your division you can go to posing.
Posing classes are great because we teach or we recreate what's going to happen on the day. So
Exactly right.
especially for all you first timers out there, We're showing you every scenario of what can happen so you are completely prepared and not thrown in any situation,
That's
as
right.
well as building up that stage fitness, because
Yep.
that's vital, especially in big divisions.
Exactly right. And of course, you're available for one-on-one posing.
Absolutely.
Yep. And
If
they
you want
can
help with that routine.
Yep, exactly right. Janelle can help you put together that routine.
For sure.
And that routine is open to everyone, not just bodybuilders and figures. If you're a fitness or bikini competitor and you think that you can put together a nice 1-minute routine to showcase your physique, why not do that?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Why not? More stage time, the better.
Exactly right. And that is another good way of getting those nerves out.
For sure.
That's right.
For sure.
Thanks for joining me, Janelle.
That's all right. It's been a pleasure, Kim.
No worries, and we'll catch you guys next week for another episode of ICN Competitor Update. See you guys.
See ya.